What up, what up, what up? It's Ray V. Let's get it.
Sad boy.
Sad boy,
You in the
sad
market
boy
for
quote of the day.
a
F
new
ain't
wide
for
receiver?
fields, it's for
You're trying to
fantasies.
sell
So
me
let's get
who
into our deepest fantasies,
sucks.
baby.
I'll give you a third for him though.
Today, I wanted to bring you guys along and take a look at one of my leagues. I'm going to show you the first round of our rookie draft and try to give my insight and commentary. It's 24 hours per pick. We started yesterday morning. I think we're like at 2-5 right now, but we're just gonna go look through the first round. We could look through the entire league and look at all their teams and everything too. Should be interesting enough for y'all. I hope it's interesting. No practice runs or nothing, so hopefully I can say something insightful, give some good commentary, like on the spot. Genuinely per each team. Obviously, I'm gonna say my team's the best back-to-back champ right now, so you know what's up. But we'll see. We'll see. This is a 2 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, 3 flex, and 1 IDP player. We had to spice it up, put an IDP player in there. We didn't want just a regular defense for Dynasty. That's kind of lame. We got 15 bench spots, 3 IR, and 4 taxi spots. 4-round rookie drafts as well. So, let's check it out. Alright, so we are going to go through my league. It's a 10 team. I don't think I said that earlier. But we're only going to look at the first round. Obviously, you can peek and cheat and look at the other 4, next 4 picks, blah, blah, blah. This is me right here, Ray V, backwards. That's what's up. Was trying to hide their names and stuff. It's whatever. It's just a username. It's cool. I think I'm going to just talk about the player. Just say, like, look down here real quick. Like, yeah, he took a running back. Was his running back work? And then maybe we can go through the teams later, or maybe we'll just literally just see how it fits for their team, and then I can dissect teams later on. I'll see how the recording goes. The main focus will be the first round. So Jeremiah Love right here. I noticed that you can click this. I never use Sleeper on my laptop or anything, just my phone. So it's kind of weird trying to do all this, but I noticed that you can click this. So he has the 101, 201, and 303 this year. So he took Jeremiah Love. So we'll look at his running backs. We have 2 running backs you can start a week, and then 3 flexes. So he can essentially, or all of us can start 5 running backs if necessary, or if warranted. So he has Emmanuel Wilson, he has Neil, Bill, Joe Mixon, probably signed somewhere. Still shot himself in the foot allegedly. J.K. Dobbins coming back. Najee Harris coming back. Still not signed yet though. And Jalen Warren, and then Charbonnet. So he took 3 injuries. I know this was after the season was already over, but 3 injuries coming back. 4 injuries actually, didn't count Mixon. So he had a tough year. Probably deserved the 101. With some of my own insight, this guy probably deserved the 101. You could take a look at this team real quick. Just scroll through that real quick. I mean, he started trading towards the end to recoup his assets and get younger and all that, and but you can see here, just this draft, he has 3-8, 3-9, 4-1. I believe he has more picks following years and stuff. And obviously, he picked up Golden, he picked up, Jalen Reed, JMO, Tyler Warren, he picked up in these trades. So, got a little youth back. But if I were to, what team was the worst, not what team played, got the worst record, what team was the worst. Probably this team right here. Ooh, but Jeremiah Love really fits there. I tried to offer him. What did I try to offer him? I think Tudin, Manungai, in my first this year, and then I'm not sure. I think it was my 2028 first. Didn't offer the 27. Offer the 27. I would have took out probably this first or something. Tudin and Manungai and the 2027 first. Don't want to super overspend. I always need a running back too. We'll get to my team when we get to it, but I always need a running back too. And that would have been great next to Bijan, blah blah blah, but he ghosted me. Didn't even decline. There were no trades that went down during the actual draft. 24 hours per pick, blah blah blah. Except my trade right here at the 110, I was able to trade back, but I would get to that when I get to that. These guys all traded during the season last season. I guess I could have pulled them up. Maybe I'll bring them up later just to show you guys, show screenshots or something at the end. Maybe if we do the round 2 or something, and I'll be able to keep you all updated on it. So this guy is right here. He has that pick 102, 107, and 3-2. So we see that you got Fernando Mendoza here. So his team is this way: Jalen Milroe, Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Bryce Young. So in his case, he didn't have to take Mendoza. Obviously Mendoza probably, as we see right here, Jaden Daniels, Cam Ward, Tyler Shuck, Jalen Hurts, Shroud, peep into the second round. You got Ty Simpson. We got QB holders in this league. I was one of them, but I whittled all the way down. I probably had like 10 quarterbacks at one point, a couple points. I think we're 5 years into the league now. Me and this guy definitely were the ones who were starting this, and now we look, we cut down to four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got five now, but we cut it down. But you can see some of these guys right here: Kirk Cousins, Will Howard, Marcus Mariota, Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, Tyrod Taylor, Aaron Rodgers, A. Rich, a lot of QBs right here. Michael Penix, Drake May, Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Watson, Burrow, Fields, Will Levis. Weird QB holders in this league. So that's what I mean by, it just gets pushed up sometimes. It is what it is. Obviously, each league to their own, each, values their own and stuff. But my league right here, clearly, we push them all the way up. So the value in Mendoza in a league like this, obviously, probably going to end up higher than the rest. But this is a contending team right here. So he definitely probably could have used Carnell Tate. Definitely could have used Jordan Tyson, if he wanted to go ceiling. I don't think he needed a running back. Definitely would not have taken Jadarian Price that high at the 102 or anything. Maybe trade back 106. I mean, I would have traded back to 106 and thought I would be cool. Obviously, spoiler alert, you can see 104, so you would not have been cool. So let's see. There's 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 3 flex. So Ray Davis, Bucky Irving, Garendo, Jordan James, Travion Henderson, HN. He had both of them. Rico Dowdle, Rashad White, James Cook, Hank Bigsby. And his receivers: Rasheed Rice, Luke McCaffrey, Chisholm, DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson, Ayuk, Shakir, Garrett Wilson, Ontavian Wicks. Look at his tight end. So he's good tight ends as well. We still, Auden was getting those PPR points at times last season. Gadskin is looking on the up and up. Kraft was hurt. Should be coming back. Should be one of the top tight ends in the league again, as long as he starts playing healthy again, or gets healthy again. But yeah, he didn't have to take a QB here. You got 2 starting QBs. You got your backup QB. Sucks for bye weeks if 2 of them are on bye week the same week. Blah blah blah. He didn't have. Or what really would have helped him for this season right here would have been Carnell Tate. I know we all knew that this guy, Raider guy here, definitely wanted Mendoza here, so maybe he should have worked a little harder to trade back to the 102 to 103. You didn't really want Mendoza anyway. You could have took a 4th, could have took a 3rd if you really wanted to squeeze him. Maybe a 2nd. Maybe they flip seconds or something. What did you have? He had a 3. What does this guy have? So, even something like 102 and his, what was it, 302? So 102, 302 for 103, was it 302? Even if you move up to the 27, 28, 25, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 picks up, 5 picks up, 6, 7 picks up, even something as small as that, I would have took it. Especially if you didn't want Mendoza anyway. And they're not like a super fat tier break. It's not like it was from the 106 to 102 to get Mendoza. It was just the 1 pick, and I'm sure he really didn't even want Mendoza anyway. But sometimes you just got to take your value. So if I was in that position, I would have tried so hard to try to trade back right here. Even right here, I would have tried to trade back to the 104 and just took out the leftover receiver, which would in this case probably, well, not probably. Because then, I don't know, maybe this guy would have taken Jadarian Price right here. I don't know. But if he took Tate right here, and this guy took Mendoza, then, you're stuck with Jordan Tyson. I would have been totally okay with that. A couple things that he could have done if he didn't want to take quarterback right there. Me personally would have traded back. So right here, this guy is pretty loaded on his picks. 103, 105, 205, 207, 208. 304, 307, 310, 403, 409. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 picks. We only got 15 roster spots, buddy, and 4 IRs. So we could take a look at his team real quick. Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Dart, Shador Sanders, Geno Smith, Stafford. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 starting QB, 3 starting QBs. So Mendoza would have really helped him here with a fourth solidifying one. Allegedly, Deshaun Watson is on the inner track to be the starting QB. Dylan Gabriel, I'd probably say, is a nothing burger. If anything, if they do really hate Shador, they'll kick Shador out and have Dylan Gabriel as the backup. So we definitely need Mendoza. He has Smith, Gordon. You can see it right here. Genty, Algier, Brian Robinson, because I got Bijan. So his running backs could have definitely need a little TLC right here. We got 5 running backs right here, 1 starter. Oh, this would have been good if Jeremiah Love didn't go there, but backup. Is this guy the handcuff? I don't know. Ollie Gordon could be the handcuff, but they do like Jalen Wright. Uh, Brian Robinson handcuffed to Bijan Robinson. He has Michael Wilson, McMillan, Betch, Adam Thielen, retired. Sterling Shepard. Was Sterling Shepard playing last year? I gotta text this guy. Curtis Samuel. Was Curtis Samuel playing last year? Oh gosh. I take pride in looking at people's rosters and trying to make them look chill and everything. Hopefully these guys all retired at the same time last year or this offseason. Mac Hollins, Jacoby Myers, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, Atwell, Quentin Johnson, Fannin, Schultz, Mark Andrews, Mayer, Crosby, Wagner. So Carnell Tate definitely helped him here. Wide receiver room a little bit. Definitely needed running back, but I would not have taken Jadarian Price right here at 103. I think there was higher players there, higher tiers. So I think that was a good pick. Obviously, I would have rather have him trade up. 103. Shoot, 103. Take my fourth. Take my third. I would have gave up a bunch of these picks, especially like knowing our roster limit and all that. And you're at 10 picks right here. I would have given a lot of it up just to get your Mendoza right there. Shore up your QB room. I know your running back room needs a little help, but got those extra picks right there. Maybe trade up somewhere. Right here he probably was expecting that Price would be here, so that's unfortunate that Price went right here. Gotta check if this guy really needed running backs, or maybe hey, go get your guy if this is his guy. He believes he's gonna be a workhorse. Believes that Charbonnet's not gonna come back, not gonna side. Take your guy, man. It's all good. We all value stuff differently. There's a lot of running backs gonna be dart throws. You guys know how we talk about it, how we feel. About the running back class after 2 really. But it is what it is. You can recoup some running backs in the draft. He still has like some assets that he can trade. You can trade McMillan. Michael Wilson definitely has some value on him. Jacoby Myers, Jerry Jeudy, yikes. Devontae Smith, QJ. I think he just got his rookie extension. He has his 2-3 tight ends right here that could be traded pretty well. Michael Mayer, it's like a handcuff to Brock Bowers. He was doing pretty decent when Brock Bowers was hurt last year. Raider guy, Crosby. He, move a tight end maybe. Try to get some running back help, something like that. I don't think that's like a rebuild. I think this is like retool. You could fix it this year pretty easily and just jump right into contention. We're going to go to this guy right here. 104. So we had the 104, 106, 305, 306, 210. So my trade with him, I gave him the 110 and 210 because that's the picks I had. And then I think I traded the 202 and 204. So I traded back. For 202, 204, I moved up from 210 to 204, 6 picks or whatever, and traded back 2 picks right here because he really wanted a tight end. He really wanted Sadiq. Like I was saying in the last video, I already had the game plan ready. Whatever this guy was going to take. I had Sadiq here. If he took Sadiq, I had Ty Simpson. I would have, somebody would have wanted Ty Simpson. Would have easily been able to trade him. Hopefully, would have been like right here, 110 to 201. Get my get something extra just to go back a pick, and I didn't even want Ty Simpson anyway, even though the value's there. Back-to-back champ, let me three-peat. I'm not looking at the future right now. It's rambling a little bit there. Sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks right here. Jadarian Price, he is in his regular spot. So Quinn Ewers, Tagovailoa, Herbert, Lawrence, Hunter, Corum, Blue, Brooks P. Ryan, Pollard, Justice Hill, Kyron Williams, Chase Brown, Tajay Spears, Keaton Mitchell. We got a plethora of running backs here, but a lot of handies, a lot of handcuffs. Pollard still, unless somebody takes over, you guys probably saw him right there. Somebody takes over. Chase Brown's still good, survived the draft. Kyron Williams still good, survived the draft. They already had Corum and Hunter, obviously, from the last 2 years in the draft, trying to replace him and stuff. Keaton Mitchell, right there, should be a good 1-2 punch with Marion Hampton. Tajay Spears still gets workload with Tony Pollard. Justice Hill, he lost, no Keaton Mitchell anymore, so Justice Hill should, in theory, be the second guy behind Derrick Henry. So yeah, he really did need probably really wanted to improve his running back room or shore it up. Can't hate it. His wide receivers, though, I guess we could look at it. He had McConkey, Coleman, Teteroa McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Pittman, Mooney, Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Downs, Douglas, as tight ends, so A.J. Barner, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo. He did have Brock Bowers, and he traded. It was that one that I brought up the other day. He traded his 106, or he traded into this pick right here, the 106. Got a 2027 first. I got some tight end. You guys saw it. It's something like that. Not a horrible trade. Especially depends where that 2027 first falls, obviously, but even early to mid. This is a mid right here. If he gets a mid, I think he sucks that you don't get to use Bowers for this year, but that mid is probably going to be higher tiered, higher valued, better producer than Bowers. Maybe, especially Bowers is cheat code at tight end, but they did add a lot of weapons, add another quarterback in the room, going to be more competent. Not Geno Smith. Their O-line got better. Who knows? Maybe Brock Bowers didn't even get the ball that much anymore. Maybe this guy was on to something, Brock Bowers was really good when he was the only weapon. Honestly, if this was me, Jordan Tyson. Would have took Jordan Tyson. You could see, spoiler alert, he already got Jordan Tyson, so we got them both. And this guy is this guy right here. Raider guy is a Seattle guy, so maybe he was thinking that far ahead, and he knew that he was going to take the Seattle guy. So he took Jadarian Price right here, so he didn't get sniped right here. Super duper big brain. Maybe. Let's play it up though. He took Mekhi Lemon, which is really helpful because I definitely would have took Jordan Tyson above him. So we looked at his team already. Definitely would have took Jordan Tyson. I guess in theory, a good wide receiver too. Just the consistent points right here. Maybe he didn't want the ceiling. Maybe he just wanted better projection. If he plays average, if Jordan Tyson plays average and Mekhi Lemon plays average, Mekhi Lemon is winning that battle. And then, the ceiling comp, ceiling, Jordan Tyson takes it. So maybe that was the thought process. I don't know. Maybe people are scared about Jordan Tyson's hammies and everything, the way he runs routes and stuff. I was sending him trades for the 105 right when this guy took Jadarian Price. Got ghosted. Just took Mekhi Lemon anyway. And I was like, dang. And then, so I sent this guy, which is this guy right here, sent him trades. I think I sent him like Ricky Pearsall and Manungai or something. My first, and I added something, I forget. It was a combo of things. I wanted Jordan Tyson. It's the FOMO of it. You want to draft him and stuff, but when we get to my team, you'll see that I didn't need Jordan Tyson, so I didn't want to give up, the bank load for him if I didn't necessarily need him. He's not going to sit in my lineup weekly. This guy right here, I was messaging him. I was like, oh, man, I would really take him. So I don't even know who to get, These guys are my friends. These are my boys. So, if you just ask me for help, I don't really care. I'll give you, unbiased, unfiltered, really helpful advice. You just got to ask. So he's like, I don't even know who to take here. I was like, me personally would take Jordan Tyson. So I was trying to trade up to the 105. I was letting him know I was trying to trade up to the 105 for Jordan Tyson. So when this guy skipped him, I definitely jumped into his DMs real quick. And I was telling him, and then he was like, "Oh, I heard about his hamstring. He's always injured." And I was, talked him through it a little bit, or just gave him my insight. Gave him the pros, the cons, and he ended up just saying like, "Yeah, it sounds good. It's probably the best guy there." So that's cool. Definitely helps his team. So that worked out for him. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, not worse, but it worse. Makai Lemon there would have sucked with Jadarian Price. He was literally set up for Jordan Tyson right here, Jadarian Price, but obviously this guy, Seattle loving guy, so maybe he big brained it. I don't know. This guy right here, Mendoza, and he took Concepcion right here, 3-2. So, his tight ends, or his wide receivers, like I was saying earlier, Carnell Tate would have been really good to his team, but, adding a second, adding two wide receivers would have been super good to his team. They can still make a trade now and work that out, which would be even better. That's a scary team. No notes, no notes. I would have took Casey Concepcion right here as well. This guy took Omar Cooper Jr. He's saying in the group chat, Debo Light, went away Kenyon Sadiq, and Eli Stowers, and Ty Simpson together. And then I had Omar Cooper Jr., Coleman, Singleton, Antonio Williams, Chris Bell, all in the same tier, yeah, for the last two picks. Or for 111 to 112. 108, 203, 48. He also traded, spoiler alert, he traded up tier, maybe a third this year and a second next year, something like that, to get Stowers, because I will show you just a spoiler. So he has Milton, McCarthy, Goff, Mayfield. Quarterback room looking a little sus now that McCarthy's gone. So now he literally only has two. Quarterback would have really helped him here. Maybe Ty Simpson, honestly, probably would have helped him. Just recoup some value. I know McCarthy is already like one of those guys. But I'm not sure if McCarthy's still in his taxi squad or if he ended up taking him out. So if he's out of that taxi squad, Ty Simpson definitely would have helped him here. But sometimes you just got to take a fluctuating, volatile type of asset. Maybe you'll sell him high during the season. Maybe he'll just be good. Yeah, he is on the Jets, but he is a first round pick. So, C Rod, Jalen Wright, Omar Hampton, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Jonathan Taylor. So a good amount of running backs here with 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's one of these guys who in our league could just straight up play 5 running backs a week and it'd be good. It'd be okay. He still has C Rod. Should be good flex if needed, if any injuries go down. But we'll take a look at his wide receivers: Trey Tucker, Malik Washington, Marvin Harrison, Vele, Isaiah Bond, Burden, Restrepo, Cooper Kupp, Nico Collins, Dubs, Rashid Shaheed, Parker Washington. So it's a pretty good receiving core, led by Burden. Should looking to break out. Marvin Harrison, as long as he's not injured, doesn't get a freaking appendix surgery or whatever he got, hyperextend his knee or whatever it was. I remember he came back and he was playing injured. Malik Washington, hey, he could thrive in this, with Malik Willis. Isaiah Bond, gets an actual offseason to work out with the team and everything. Cooper Kupp could do something. He was pretty good in the Super Bowl still. Nico Collins should turn back up. Rashid Shaheed, better NFL receiver. Parker Washington looked really good last season. Gotta read these: Kelsey, Juwan Johnson, Washington, Brendan Strange. Kelsey, 3 years left allegedly. On the contract he signed, Brendan Strange is a good backup, but yeah, that's definitely why he took Sowers there. It lines up perfectly with the year 2-3 breakout for tight ends anyway, so it would all line up in theory. If I'm not taking Ty Simpson there, if I'm not taking Sadiq or Stowers right here, yeah, probably Cooper. You got to push up. He's a first round, and then the quarterback room should get better next season. Dante Moore, Arch Manning, blah blah blah. Whoever goes over there should definitely be a better passer of the ball. Push up that entire offense, all their weapons and everything. I don't hate it. Probably, in hindsight, obviously he was able to get Stowers, but the tight end here would have really helped him. At least felt good because obviously he wanted a tight end, and Sadiq would have been good at the 108. And we got Denzel Boston right here. Cleveland, that's a tough one. So let's read them. We went through all his quarterbacks already. Marshawn Lloyd, Vidal, Quinshon Judkins, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams, Rondre Stevenson, Walker. That is 4 or 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count Andre 5. 5. He also can run a 5 running back lineup weekly. Xavier Legette, BTJ, Malik Neighbors. So this was a dynamic duo towards the end of the season, whatever their rookie season. KLS, Joel Noel, Pat Bryant, Chris Godwin, Sutton, Metcalf, AJ Brown, Sanat, Henry, McBride. So this guy is a guy who played me in the championship week, and I won. But he has a good team here. Sucks that he had a bunch of injuries. He didn't have Quinchon. He didn't have probably did have Walker, but Walker probably had the good week the week before. BTJ and Malik. He didn't have Neighbors. I think BTJ sucked that week. I don't remember what AJ Brown was doing. McBride probably had just like an okay week. I think I had McBride in the championship week too, and I think he was just okay. His wide receivers are pretty decent, pretty good. Metcalf, AJ Brown, starters. Godwin, Baker was hurt. He's coming back from his own injury. Should be better now. Malik Neighbors, probably that first year is gonna suck. Coming back from ACL, but he'll ramp up. He's young, he's nice. BTJ, tough on BTJ. We don't know. I don't think I take Denzel Boston. I mean, obviously, same kind of theory with the Jets. They could get a better QB next year in the draft. They really suck and everything. Don't love it. I think Antonio Williams, Chris Bell. Probably Chris Bell's gonna fall. Sleeper didn't really update their stuff yet. So DVD. The next running back off the board is Emmett Johnson. Spoiler: Jonah Coleman and Nick Singleton were not the top one at the board. Maybe like 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Katron Allen was above like Nick Singleton. Take your guys. Me. I only had those 2 picks, and then I'm back in the 4th. So I just want to take my running backs and walk away. So like this is horrible. Right here, Mike Washington, Claiborne, Antonio Williams, Jacoby Lane, Jeremy Bernard, Ted Hurst. See, Chris Bell is all the way down here. It is crazy. He should definitely be one of the top guys. Antonio Williams is up here, so that's cool. Stribling should be a little higher. There's a lot more wide receivers than this. We're already in the ADP of 999, so I think they just all get mixed in. Sleeper, what are you doing? That's crazy. So that's how it looks like if you haven't looked at your sleeper list yet. I mean, I know my guys, but I don't know if my league knew all that. So maybe Jonah Coleman and Nick Singleton would have made it all the way to the 3rd. Not that I have a 3rd, but if they made it all the way down here, then I would have been tempted to jump back in and blah 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 blah. Value. Yeah, I would have took Antonio Williams right here. Chris Bell, if you want to take your shot. This guy has 109, 209, 407. So maybe I feel like Chris Bell will fall right there still. So probably would have took Antonio Williams. Me right here, finally on the clock, but I did trade away my pick. 110, 210, 4, 202, 204. I think I added like 20 bucks of fab in there. Just to get a little fab. You gotta get a little something. So 202, 204, 42, 44, 45, 410. His team, he got his tight end back after he traded away Brock Bowers, so that's pretty good. Definitely needed that after trading away Brock Bowers. I think he wanted to take Sadiq right here, but Jordan Tyson fell right here to him. I think if Mekhi Lemon was here, he might have taken Sadiq, honestly. I don't remember if he said that actually when I was asking him. I was talking to him about it, but he definitely wanted Sadiq. That's why I knew no matter what, I was going to be able to trade with him. Honestly, I probably could have traded Ty Simpson to him too if this guy took Sadiq. Let me just flex on y'all real quick. So I got Caleb, Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes, Malik Willis. These two will definitely hold it down before Mahomes comes back. Even if he's all shaky, if Bo Nix comes back a little shaky still from his injuries, Caleb Williams and Malik Willis holding it down. I got Will Shipley, who I'm probably going to cut because Tank Bigsby took his job. Tyrone Tracy survived the draft alongside Scatterbo. DJ Giddens, probably will have to cut him for Seth McGowan. Probably Seth McGowan takes his handcuff role. Woody Marks should be better, or at least more efficient. Probably he's going to be better on yardage and everything, not having to run up the gut and stuff, even though that's not his game. Same with RJ Harvey, hopefully. Some guys are just not meant to be 3-down rollbacks. It sucks because in fantasy, that's all you want. You want your guy to be that guy, 3-down roll, give him the ball. They did produce, they did score touchdowns. Not efficient. They weren't even getting like 3 yards a carry. It hurt watching their games, trying to run up the gut for 1 yard, and both of them could not do it at times. It was horrible. It was not fun at all. Vishal Tudin should have a better role this season. It might still be a 2-headed, 3-headed committee, but in theory, should have a better role. Caleb Johnson, RIP. I'm still holding on to him and hoping when that guy should be good. Hopefully, he takes more snaps away from Swift within a whole another year under the system and everything. Getting used to NFL speed and all that. Austin Eckler, hey man, he's gonna sign somewhere. I'm telling y'all, he's probably gonna be one of my cuts though. Tua Hubbard, hey, it's his job to lose with Jonathan Brooks. 1-2 punch. Hopefully, Bijan right here. Got a good team, good running back core. Even though I don't really have a real running back two, most of the year I was playing Woody Marks, R.J. Harvey, Tootin still on my taxi. I'm an young guy, so Tracy was been there a bit too. So I just was strong headed by Bijan holding my running back group up. I got Pearsall here, Jalen Higgins, Torrey Horton, Trey Harris, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill. Come on, Tyreek Hill, sign somewhere. I'm finna trade you. Just sign with the Chiefs. Maybe I'll play you. Marquise Brown, probably a cut dude. Unfortunately, because I think I'm like 3 over. Even with all my picks after. All right, we'll see. We'll see if I got trade one of my picks. We'll see. I kind of like Marquise Brown. T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle. Drake London is the league that I got Jalen Waddle in for that 2 and a 3, I believe. That I was talking about all those videos ago. George Pickens, Puka Nacua. So I got a strong wide receiver core. So that's why even then I didn't really want Jordan Tyson, but I know if I can get him, I was trying to trade up for him. Love would have really fit my team. Give me a real running back too. Bijan and Jeremiah Love would have been great. I got Sam Laporta and Loveland, so that's why I definitely don't want Sadiq here. Tight ends are great. They got value and all. I already had my 2 tight ends. It's cool. I started the year, or when we first drafted, I had George Kittle too. I'm pretty good at picking my tight ends. So, and sometimes tight ends are really hard to trade, especially when you value them more or they're good. Well, Laporta, his rookie year was really good. Even during his rookie year, I was trying to trade him. Wasn't really working that year. I drafted Colson Loveland last year. Was trying to trade Laporta. Was trying to trade Loveland all year long. Hopefully that was entertaining for y'all. Maybe you're only in one league or you're not in enough leagues and you felt like you were living vicariously through me or something like that. That's a sign. That's a sign for y'all. Join more leagues. Get with some randos. Get your peeps into it. Do something to scratch that insatiable dynasty itch, y'all. Y'all watching this video, this dynasty channel. We are barely in May. We're not even 50% through the off season. Y'all into it. Y'all have that insatiable itch. You feel me? Go look up those orphan teams I was showing and talking about the other day or something. Shoot. And I'll keep you guys updated on this draft for sure, and all my future ones as well. Try to do the same thing, give some commentary, give some feedback. Hopefully it's helpful. I'm hoping. So stay tuned, and you know what? Don't forget your daily dose of send that trade. Send it. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, rebuilds fade, dynasties reign. Call me a lover boy, simp, Libra. It's more than love sick. I got a fever. Feelings overloading. Not to be a diva. Standing 10 toes down. I'm not gonna leave you.